In our view, the private sector has not been given the support that it deserved. Now, I'm not making a blanket statement that all the private sector are angels. It is very sad that some of our corporate leaders, through their political connection, took advantage of the time and looted our banks and absolutely disgraced the country in front of the world. So the first step I would like to suggest is that we distinguish between honest businessmen and dishonest businessmen. That is the first distinction we must make. And having made that distinction on the basis of facts, on the basis of investigation, having made that distinction, we must extend all support to that group of business leaders who have done it through honesty.
বান্ডেল থাকলে প্রতি সেনমানিতে টাকা বাঁচবে। বিকাশ সেনমানি বান্ডেল কিনে জিতুন প্রতি লেনদেনে।
Now please remember that those private sector leaders who led it with honesty had suffered not only in terms of the support that the government usually extends, but also suffered the political isolation, the cronyism, the corruption, the favoritism, and yet they stood still, they stood with honesty, they stood with dignity, and they stood with patriotism. That is the private sector that we want to eulogize today. That is the private sector that we have been honoring for the last 22 years. This is a testimony to what the private sector did for Bangladesh. So, it is our considered view that for the future, having made that distinction between honest and dishonest businessmen, how do we gather that support, that unified support to the private sector, that not only are we ready for graduation, but we are ready to be a part of the future world, a future world of competition.